right, we're just gonna go with it. Dramatic lighting and all. I can't even reach my show notes. There's plants on my usual table. Hello, and welcome to episode 126 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. This is a puppy interrupted crafting podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I am your human host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabigailss and on my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. We have both of them pitter-pattering around, so any click-clacking you hear on the floor is them. It is, oh god, a day. It is November 20th, 2020. Connecticut has gone back into phase 2 of lockdown. We just went and got our COVID test, so we are here, ready to go. I'm also very hungry, so if I ramble a lot, that's why. I don't want to put up lights, so we're just gonna go with the dramatic lighting and just really embrace how pale I actually am right now. So let's do that. You can go on the bed, bud. But yeah, I've got my coffee. And let's get into what we have been up to in the past couple of weeks. Before I get into the crafting, we do have the pumpkin make-along that is going on until November 27th. Yes, so next week we are doing the hashtag PumpkinMAL 2020 over on Instagram for any entries. If you have a private account and you're not sure if we saw it, please feel free to DM us. Us being my fellow pum queen, Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. We do have some more prizes that came in, so I'll be posting those this week. That's on my to-do list for today and or tomorrow. And yeah, just anything pumpkin related, themed, colored, inspired. If it's pumpkin-y, and crafty, you're good. You're fine with it. We will be pulling prizes. I don't know when. We haven't talked about that, so I probably shouldn't say anything. Is my battery low already? Jeez. All right, so yeah, that's the only announcement we have, so let's get into the crafting. Starting off with what I am wearing. I'm wearing my Vortex shawl by Charolotte. Bory? Oh my god, I forgot her name. I haven't worn this in so long. It's Lavender singles. I'm also wearing my City Limits by Samantha Guerin Designs out of Nightshades in the Fever colorway, and an FO, which I will immediately go into finished objects for. Oh, do you have a tennis ball this week? I have to grab it, bud. Iron has a tennis ball, but he won't show you. So our first finished object is actually sewing. Who am I? You have to give me the tennis ball. I will put in a clip here of me wearing it. I will be posting photos to Instagram as well. And this is the Doris pencil skirt by Misusu Patterns. I hope I'm saying that right. I will be putting it across the bottom. It is a knit pencil skirt. I did the Midi Length with the vent in the back, a back yoke, and front pockets because everyone needs pockets. I did this out of a crushed black velvet, which was formerly the dessert tablecloth for my wedding. So it's got a really fun before and after shot. Hi, bud. You gotta let go. All right, this is Iron's tennis ball. Very nice. And yeah, I cut this out 2 days ago and I sewed it yesterday. I did finish all the seams with my serger. The pattern gave you the option to serge everything or zigzag them and then do a zigzag over the end, but it's a knit fabric, so it shouldn't be fraying anyway. And I wasn't sure like how the fit was gonna go, so I did the zigzag stitch on the seams, and then after I figured out that it was going to fit, I went over and serged everything just to keep the bulk down and so they laid nice and flat. It is a very fun like line that wraps around your hip down to the front of your leg. I think it's a super flattering cut of the pencil skirt, so I would highly recommend. And the pattern does have, I hope you can't hear that, that was my stomach, I'm so hungry. The pattern does have a very large range of sizes, and they also have a like how to measure for maternity and like how to measure for the waistband around pregnant stomach, so I thought that was a very interesting thing to add into the pattern. It's the first pattern I bought from this company, so I'm not sure what else they include in the patterns. They do have a ton of children's stuff and all the way like children's stuff and adult things. and it's basically all knits. So I would recommend checking that out if you are into sewing knits like I am right now, because everything is soft and stretchy, and that's the only material I want in my life. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. I do plan on making the mini skirt version because I do love me a mini pencil skirt, and I can never have too many of them, especially in an all black or black velvet. Just, there's no way you can mess that up. I might make one this weekend. I haven't decided yet. Let's not push the sewing bug. So that's it for my sewing finished objects. It is very shadowy. I also have a knit finished object. Finally. Have I finished anything else? I honestly don't remember. I don't. I have finally finished my Meama cardigan. I'm so happy. It came off the blocking mats this morning. I photographed it this morning as well. And this is the Meama Cardigan by Pip and Pin, and it is out of, my stomach again, Lambstring yarns in her Live Deliciously colorway on her Tralala sock base. If I do this, then it's too dark. And oh, it is just the reds, like the deep reds that I need. I love this. I knit the second size, I believe. Maybe. I didn't write it down anywhere. So who knows? It is an open face cardigan, and it's got the one color brioche on the back. It was super fun. I think was a really good introduction to one color brioche if you want to try it and not just have like a hat or a cowl out of it. I love the way it fits. I changed into the city limits for podcasting, but I will be changing back into this afterwards. It's just so nice and comfy and just enough to like throw over whatever you're wearing, but still, you know, cool enough that you're not sweating to death. I can't tell. Connecticut's in that weird season where yesterday it was 20 degrees and today it's like 70 degrees because it's winter fall in Connecticut, and Mother Nature has no idea what she's doing here. It's on shuffle. The weather is on shuffle from now until July probably. I love it so much. I think the only thing I changed was I didn't knit the body as long as the pattern called for. I think the pattern called for 13. I think I only did 10 inches. And then the ribbing, which is about 1.5 inches. So it hits me right at the hips. It's perfect for pants, skirts, putting over dresses. I'm just so excited to have this off my needles. Oh, it's so good. And just the brioche. So that is finished object number 1. I do have another finished object that I finished in March. Somebody commented on last week, so this is kind of like an answering of comments thing, how the hand spun sweater came out for the wedding, because I never actually showed it off on the podcast. It came out really nice. I didn't get to wear it. We took photos of it on the day of the wedding, but it turned out to be like 77 degrees that day, and I was so sweaty. I didn't touch my sweater or my shawl or the fingerless mitts that I knit. I knit Mom a shawl. I think she wore it in the morning when it was raining, and that was it. I knit our coordinator and our photographer a shawl and a cowl respectively, and neither of them got to wear them because it was so warm out. It is getting cooler, so I'm hoping our photographer is doing elopements right now and doing a couple engagement shoots, so I'm hoping she's getting some good use out of that. But on to other things. So I knit, oh god, I don't remember the name of this. I'm gonna put this all on the screen because I didn't even think to look this up before I started podcasting. This is a hand spun cardigan. I spun the Illyrian Wings colorway from Classy Squid and knit this cardigan. Oh, so it does have a little bit of sparkle. It is a cropped 3/4 sleeve, pretty open cardigan, and I put, a friend of mine gave me this Corgi button, so obviously I had to put it on that. It's just, oh, it's so sparkly in this. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I love this. I have worn it once or twice. It's kind of just been in my closet because I still associate it with wedding things. So like all the wedding stuff has been put away except for the dress, which has been taken out like 7 times already. God, I had to get that thing cleaned. Yeah, the body did come out a little bit bigger than I would have liked. I think there's like 4 or 5 inches of positive ease. I want to say that if I had the dress on, it would have fit, just because the dress did have so many layers, and like the skirts started high enough that it would have fit better, but it is a little bit big. It's bigger than I would have liked, but I'm not going to go back and rip it out. I don't even remember anything. I think it was bottom up. Yeah, I'm not. But the yarn is so squishy. It's still like a little bit lanolin-y, and it's perfect. I want to say 5 grams left over from all the hand spun. I did have a couple people reach out and say that they had the bats and offered them in case I didn't finish. So super delayed. Thank you for that. But we did finish it. If it was cold enough, if it stayed rainy all morning, like it did in the morning, this would have been perfect. But it warmed up very quickly. So yeah, there is the wedding cardigan. It is so sparkly in this light. Ooh. Another question I had was, what is this in the background? I'm not going to take it down because it's very precariously like folded up there, but I will tilt the camera up. So this is a zigzag scarf that was knit out of the Advent of Woolen minis that I did last year, based off of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I have, Adrian got me these little mini books of ACOTAR as progress keepers / charms, so they live up there. And a customer got the whole Advent, knit this entire scarf, and then gifted it to me because she thought I would like it, and I do, and I love it so much. So this is just a very nice like memento of the first moss inspired Advent calendar. One of many now. I think those are all the questions that I easily could have answered on the podcast. So let's get into works in progress. I have not touched my Sunglow, my Pisces Socks, or the Rocky joggers. That baby is not getting those leggings, and that's fine. I do have a skein of DK set aside, so I might just knit her a hat, and call it a day, and just kind of like send it out with a Christmas card. We're not doing Christmas cards this year. We never do, but I think a hat would be nice. I don't think they expect anything from us, so. But I did cast on something new. This is currently in my sheeple bag that I got at, I think, Stitches Midwest in 2016. It's by Erin Lane. It's been a while. All of my Matteroo bags have leftovers in them, and I just haven't cleaned them out yet. So I have cast on some of this stash that I got at Indie Untangled, and this is a test knit for my friend Sam of Samantha Guerin Designs for her new Alder pullover top, Alder top. I'm knitting the 36-inch bust size, so it should have about 5 inches of positive ease on me, but I'm really craving like the, not oversized sweater, but like the slightly larger sweater like French tucked into pencil skirts look right now, because I'm going to look like Lemony's Naked Librarian by the end of this year. Whether I want to or not, but I want to. So I'm on the second stripe, and it's just straight stockinette until the ribbing, and it's just been a really good comfort knit. I've been working on this while watching, I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach, The Office and The Great British Bake Off, and playing The Sims. I'm knitting it on US size 5s, which is what the pattern recommended. I'm a horrible test knitter, and I did not swatch. But all of her patterns have fit me regardless. And she knows that I don't swatch, so I'm sorry, I'm the worst test knitter. You should never let me do anything. But yeah, I love this. I'm hoping to have this done very soon. I would like to be on the sleeves by Thanksgiving. So while I don't know what I'm gonna watch anymore, because the parade's not, I don't think the parade's happening, and I don't think the dog show's happening. I haven't heard anything officially, but there's no way it's gonna happen. There's no way. Yeah, so that's the only thing I've been working on knitting wise. I do want to work on the mini pencil skirt. I have part of it cut out because I didn't read the directions and I just cut out every single piece I saw on the skirt pattern, which don't do that. But I might do that tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I do want to cast something on. I haven't figured out what yet. Why work on a project that I have cast on in an arbitrary deadline I set for myself when I can just cast on something new and ignore them? Yeah, so that is it for the crafting. The rest of this will be shop update and beyond crafting. If you are not here for any of those, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let us continue on. Shop update, there's no shop update news. I'm going to have a shop update next week for Small Business Saturday. It will be the release of all of our holiday colorways. I don't know what bases they're going to be on yet. I have to see what's in the shop. I just sort of mentally put a sheet over the whole office and ignored it this week, and it's been so nice. But I did get all of the advents out. So I'm not going to share like the whole, I'm not going to open anything, but I am super excited now that they've all arrived to show off the, oh God, it's so blown out. So I made a box this year for it and I'm obsessed with it. I have like 3 left over and I'm just going to put everything I can find in them. So the advents have gone out. It is Advent of Minis, which is based off of the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I would like to point out that I did actually organize all the minis when I sent them out, but mailing things, everything got shook. So that is out. I am so excited for people to start opening them in December. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last year with a photo of the mini and a quote and the book that like drew the inspiration. I will be releasing the order of the books that I did these in because I dyed them in the order that I read the series, which I know is very different for other people, mostly because of Assassin's Blade, which is the novellas / prequels to Throne of Glass. So I will be posting the order of the books the day before, and then December 1st I'll start posting the colors and the quotes. So that is all the shop news. And this is beyond crafting, which is what I've been up to besides crafting, and that is not a lot. I have been on my staycation for this week, and it was super nice to just relax and not think about work at all and just putz around the house because I can't go anywhere because pandemic times. So I have, like a fool, decided to buy a planner for next year. I wasn't going to because I have gone through 4 planners for 2020 and I have used maybe a third of one because it 2020. But Michael's put out this astrology planner and I couldn't help myself. I mean, just the cover alone. So it's just a regular Michael's planner, you know, with the weekly spreads. I'm going back to 1 planner instead of 1 business planner and 1 personal planner, but this one also gives you the phases of the moon in the calendar, but like what those phases are, and each month starts off with like the astrology of it and what planets are going to be in retrograde, what to expect, what things you should be focusing on. It goes over your entire birth chart, so then you can kind of see, like, you can figure out everything from like your rising sign to your, I mean, your classic, I don't know where it is. I filled it all out because no chill is left. So it goes over like your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Jupiter, all the signs, all the things. And kind of what you should focus on throughout the year. It also has fun stickers for tarot reads and just delightful little moon stickers. So it sucked me in immediately. I wasn't gonna buy a planner and here we are. So that was unnecessary purchase number 1. I mean, there's been a lot lately. I'm in the spending stage of quarantine. So I've also bought things like sleep headbands and a tiny microphone to interview the dogs with, which I will put clips in, but they are awful at responding. Sir, do you have anything you wish to say about this morning? do you plan on participating in Vlogmas? I see. Do you have anything to say? Sir? No. I've also been reading. I did finish from Blood and Ash, which I talked about last time, and I finished A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which, yes. If you want some spicy fantasy romance, I would highly recommend. Highly recommend. It was just, it was so good. I have a couple questions, but I am very excited for the third book to be out. It's coming out in April, so next year is going to be so many good book releases between Moss and now Armentrout, and just, I'm so happy. So I finished those, and I'm still in a book hangover. I shouldn't have started this book so close to finishing that one, but I really want to read it. I have started A Peculiar Apparel by Jeff Vandermeer. I think 5 or 6 chapters in, and I am enjoying it. I don't care about the main character yet. It's a young boy finds out his grandfather dies, so he gets the whole manor in England if he can catalog the entire house, but there's some mysteries about it, and he gets these cryptic notes make sure you feed the bird children. And at the same time, in a separate universe, there's Aleister Crowley, who is currently taking over Europe, but there's magic and wraiths and animatronic elephants are used in the wars, and Napoleon's head is his war advisor, and his main war council's in Notre Dame because he's based in Paris right now. There's a land bridge between the UK and Europe. So I want to know basically only about Crowley's line. I don't care about Jonathan at this moment. He seems like a very sweet kid, and I'm sure his story will pick up, but I'm just I think I'm just still book hungover, and I want Poppy and Castile and the Mist. I just need to know what happens in the Mist. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, I am working on this. It's going slow. I'm trying to read in the morning and not fall asleep while I'm reading, and maybe that will jumpstart me. I'm literally just I'm not close at all. Yeah, but you know what? I'm working on it. I have ordered a bunch of books, so they should be in soon, because I, again, have no chill, and Book Talk is just taken over. I did make an Amazon list of all of the book recommendations that I have at the moment. There are 30 more TikToks I have to go through and catalog, so I will put a link to that in the show notes so you can see what the recommendations are. It's mostly fantasy. It's a lot of romance. It's kind of a mix between young adult and adult books. There's no rhyme or reason to the list at all. And I tried to do just the first books of series. That way it wasn't 30 books, because Armentrout's got a lot of books out and I want to read all of them, but here we are. So I will link to that. So if you are looking for any book recommendations, it's there. It's all going to be through Amazon, just because if you do Kindle or Audible, it's easier to link it that way. Yeah, and just Animal Crossing and The Sims 4. They came out with a new expansion pack, and I'm desperately trying not to buy it immediately. I will wait until after Christmas, I think, to get it. It's a Japanese mountain town, and you can die while rock climbing. So I am very intrigued by this. If you don't play The Sims, basically the main goal is to see how many times you can kill your character, which is not the goal at all. But if you play The Sims, that's all you do. I will also leave my my Sims gallery name in the show notes. I have been building a lot, so I'm trying to upload all the builds that I do. I have to go back and fix the latest one that I did because all the doors disappeared on me, which I just cannot stand. So if you also play The Sims and don't like building, you just like the gameplay and or just want to see what I have built, you can. I feel weird saying that. I'm not a video game streamer at all. I just love building things on The Sims. Yeah, that's basically all I've been up to. There's been a little bit of baking going on. I'm kind of getting into the cozy spirit. I do plan on going through all the technical bakes for this season of the Great British Bake Off. I think I'm gonna do that for Vlogmas. I feel like that'd be a super fun thing. I believe that is it for this week. I don't know if I will put one out before Vlogmas starts. I will try, and keep an eye out on Instagram for when we post the prize drawing for the pumpkin make-along. So thank you for watching and supporting the podcast, supporting the shop, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.